John, alone, friendless, familess. He lived in a small apartment with only his cat, Max, to keep him company. Max was a beautiful cat. His fur was white and his eyes were blue. John loved him very much. John's life was not always this way. He used to have a job, a family, and friends. But after his wife passed away, he became withdrawn and isolated. He stopped going to work, stopped seeing his friends, and stopped taking care of himself. But then, one day, he decided to adopt a cat. He went to the local animal shelter and saw Max. Max was a small, scrappy little thing with big eyes and a tiny meow. John fell in love with him immediately. John took Max home and started to take care of him. He fed him, bathed him, and played with him. Max brought joy and companionship into John's life. As the days went by, John started to feel better. He started to take care of himself again, to go for walks, and to see his friends. He even started to think about going back to work. But despite all these positive changes, John still felt a deep sadness inside. He missed his wife, and he felt guilty for moving on with his life. One day, John decided to talk to Max about his feelings. He sat down on the couch, with Max on his lap, and started to cry. "Max, I'm so sorry," John said, his voice shaking with emotion. "I feel like I'm betraying my wife by moving on with my life." Max meowed softly and nuzzled John's hand. "I know, Max," John said, smiling through his tears. "You're right. My wife would want me to be happy." John continued to talk to Max, telling him all his secrets and fears. Max listened attentively, his big eyes never leaving John's face. As John talked, he started to feel a weight lifting off his shoulders. He realized that he didn't have to be alone with his grief, that he could share it with Max. From that day on, John and Max became inseparable. They went on walks together, played together, and even cuddled up on the couch together. John's friends and family noticed the change in him. They saw how happy he was, how carefree. They asked him what had brought about the change, and John told them about Max. "Max is more than just a pet," John said. "He's my best friend, my confidant. He's the one who helped me through the toughest time of my life." John's friends and family were amazed by the bond between John and Max. They saw how much love and companionship they shared, and they were grateful to see John happy again. As the years went by, John and Max continued to live happily ever after. They faced challenges and obstacles, but they always had each other's backs. John learned that he didn't have to be alone, that he could share his life with someone who loved and accepted him for who he was. And Max learned that he had a purpose in life, to bring joy and companionship to John. Together, John and Max proved that love and companionship can conquer even the darkest of times. They showed that, with a little bit of love and care,